Palworld's biggest update so far is going live on the 27th of June, and this free update is absolutely packed with new features, and I've had a chance to try them all out over the last couple of weeks. There's tons of new amazing things that you might have missed, so today I'm going to show you gameplay footage of 12 of the best new things that are coming to the game in the Palworld Sakurajima update. First up has got to be the new island itself. You can find the new island in the top left-hand corner of the existing map, and on here you're going to find a bunch of different biomes, new enemy bosses, a new tower boss, loads of new enemies, as well as new resources and places to build your base. You can expect to find some incredibly high-level baddies here from level 50 to 55, as well as unique pals that you won't have seen anywhere else in the game. It's got several different areas ranging from the cherry blossom forested traditional kind of Japanese style area in the center of the map, or its rocky beaches on the northeastern shore, or even a mushroom style biome on the eastern edge. One of the key new additions onto this island and elsewhere on the map is the addition of the brand new resource Crude Oil, which brings us on nicely to number 2. So Crude Oil is a brand new resource in the game, and you can harvest that from these natural spots here. If you build a base in one of these areas, you then need to build a crude oil extractor on top of it, extract the crude oil, and you can then use that to craft things. I'll go into a little more detail on exactly what you can craft in just a moment, but if you want to know where you can find these, they're dotted all over the place on the new island. A lot of them are marked in these brown areas here, but you can also find them in other locations around the map. They're not super common, but so far I have found them around the eastern edge of the frozen biome up here, as well as right down on the southwest of the volcano island as well. The crude oil extractor building is unlocked at level 50, so this is pretty endgame stuff, but you can also get crude oil dropped by some of the new enemies in the game, such as the Kick-It, which you can find on the new island, and you can also get it from Meteor and Supply drops, and also from the oil rig, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. At number 3, we have the increased level cap. You can now level yourself and your pals up to level 55, so that's an increase from level 50. As well as that, there's loads of new items now that you can unlock at level 50 and above to get yourself some even more powerful endgame gear. We've already mentioned the crude oil extractor, and that's then used to make plasteel, which is a new resource, and you can then go on to make all sorts of cool stuff. There's a laser rifle, there's a plasteel helmet and other armor, the ultimate sphere, a new pal sphere that has a capture power of 43, a new glider, a new shield all the way down the bottom at level 55, the ultra shield, as well as lightweight plasteel armor that improves carry capacity as well as being incredibly powerful, a Gatling gun, a grenade launcher, a missile launcher, and several new buildings and saddles. As well as that, there's also a lot more high level enemies around in the game now. On the new island, you're going to find lots of level 50 to 55 enemies, and you're also going to find loads of those high level enemies at the oil rig. The oil rig can be found in the southeastern corner of the map. If you go down to Marsh Island fast travel point and then just fly out to the southeast, you should be able to see it depending on your render distance. And this is an incredibly endgame high level area that you can go and try and take down the baddies and get yourself some really top tier loot. Be warned, it is incredibly tough. Everyone here is basically level 55. They've all got massive guns. There's loads of gun placements that you have to go around and disable so they don't shoot you. It's got giant lasers that will shoot you out of the air as you try and approach it, and it's just generally an incredibly difficult place to take on. You're going to want to come here with a whole team of people to try and take this down, or make sure you are absolutely max level and max geared if you want to come and try and solo this. Also added to the game in this DLC is a dozen or so new pals that you can find, some of those on the new island, but some of them just elsewhere on the main map itself. Ranging from happy little frogs to evil looking flying things, there's all sorts of stuff here that does lots of different things. The suits here, for instance, you can assign into the ranch and it will dig up bone. The Mimog can be used to open chests without keys, and the Xenovator will increase damage to ores and help you obtain meteorite fragments more easily, which we'll come to in a little while. As well as all of the new pals added, there's also a load of new pal combat skills added, as well as some new passive skills. The 5 new passive skills added to the game are Philanthropist, which reduces the time required to produce eggs, things. Impatient, which reduces cooldown on active skills. Infinite Stamina, which for rideable pals gives plus 50% max stamina. Noble, which gives you a buff to trading with merchants. And Nocturnal, which will make pals work during the night. At number 7, we have brand new pal skins. You can build this new building under the pal tab, the pal dressing facility, and if you go up to this, you can change the skin on certain pals. At the moment, there's just one available for the Cativa, which gives it sunglasses and makes it end up looking like this. This is the only one available at the moment, but they have got plans to add plenty more into this. I don't know if these are going to be free editions. It seems like something that may end up being perhaps something that you pay for in the game, but we've no idea at the moment. Could go either way, but for the time being, it's just shades on your Cativa. Next up is the new currency added to the game of dog coins. These can be dropped from Mimogs, or the easier way to find them is by harvesting these new junk piles, which are added all over the map. Depending on what level area you're in, you'll get better rewards from these, but they'll pretty much always drop you a few of these dog coins. You can also get some other really good items from these piles, like super high level pal spheres if you're in the higher level areas of the game. You can then spend these coins if you go and find one of the new merchants in the game who seem to hang out at the various abandoned churches on the map. For instance, this one is the Desolate Church fast travel point, which you can find pretty much in the middle of the map in these red mountains here. And if you go in here or to one of the other ones on the map, you'll find the new Medal Merchant Trader. Chat to this guy and you'll see he sells all sorts of items you can buy with your dog coins. This includes items that will increase your accessory slots by 1, potions that can permanently increase your stats like stamina, health and attack, the concentrated all-purpose pal extract, which will increase the pal's rank by 1, which is super powerful, but 2,000 is a lot of coins to acquire, or you can even buy yourself a fancy new hat. Another new feature added to the game are the meteor drops and supply drops. These are new random events that you'll see pop up from time to time. It can either be a supply crate that will drop down and be full of items, or occasionally it'll be a meteorite that will come down, sometimes even with a special pal with it. And you can then break these meteorites with a pickaxe and get yourself some meteorite fragments that you can use for some late game crafting. Another new feature added in this update is lockpicking. On the ancient technology tree, you can now find several different lockpicking tools ranging from tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3, which you can unlock and then you have to craft. Using these lockpicks, you can pick chests that require either a copper, silver or gold key, depending on which tool you've crafted. And then if you go up to a chest when you don't have that key, you can select a lockpick and then it will give you this mini game. For anyone who ever played Skyrim, it's much the same as that. You rotate the pick and then try and turn the lock until you find the right angle and then it will open. Unlike Skyrim and other games, there's no limit to the amount of picks you have. You can just keep doing this as much as you want. So even if you're really bad at it or it's a really hard lock, you will get there eventually. You can tell when you're getting close because it will turn nearly all of the way. So once you find about the right angle, just turn it something similar, and when you rotate it all the way, it'll unlock the chest and you can do it without a key at all. Also added to the game now is the hard mode bosses. So when you go up to a boss, you'll now have the option, if you've beaten them before, to enter the boss battle hard, and you can fight them on a higher difficulty. As you can see, even with my maxed out character with test settings on to make life easier, they're still pretty hard going. So a nice challenge for players who are in that late game and looking for something a bit extra. And lastly, I wanted to show you the brand new PvP arena that they've added. This is another new location in the game. This one you can find on the eastern edge of the map, out in the ocean, to the northeast of the eastern Wild Island spawn point, just off the coast of the hot desert area. Once you come here, it does have a fast travel point, so you'll be able to come here nice and easily. And if you go up to the main door, you can enter the PvP area and join a queue to fight other players and their pals. I've just been playing solo, so haven't been able to actually go in and test it myself, but it does tell you about the rules of it here. When you go into the arena, you have 5 pals, but you choose one main pal to be your partner and then 2 sub pals that are going to also take part in the battle. You can win by defeating your opponent's tamer or all of your opponent's pals. So it sounds like a good bit of fun, and I'm definitely looking forward to testing that out once multiplayer servers are live. So that's everything for today. Let me know in the comments what you are most excited about in this huge Palworld update, and don't forget to drop a like and sub to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks so much for watching. My name's Ben, we are the Beard Guys, and I'll see you next time.